Hi folks, Mark here, Views from Mark. I hope wherever you are in the world that you're keeping safe, healthy and well. And in today's video I'm going to be doing yet another unboxing video, but this one's really rather special. At the start of 2019, Amiga announced a limited edition run of what they called the Cities Edition Seamasters. So there was London, New York, Paris, Switzerland, and also I think there was one for the UAE as well. So each edition you could only get from the boutiques in those particular cities. So obviously I'm not far from London. The London edition kind of piqued my interest because when I saw the lineup of the different watches that they'd done for each city, each of the 5 cities, they were all beautiful without a doubt. Every one of them had its own design, its own colouring, its own charm. But when I saw the London edition, it completely blew my mind. It stood out from all the others in that this one was a lacquered blue gradient effect to it, whereas the others seem to have kind of a smoky grey and kind of smoky bronze, smoky brown kind of look and feel to them going on, which was lovely as well. But when I saw the London one, I thought, wow, that looks incredible. So at the end of March 2019, I actually emailed Amiga and said to them, look, I'd be really interested in taking a look at this watch, and if it's possible to get a specific number, because they're only limited to 399 pieces, so each one 399, that's it. I asked for a specific number, and if you have followed my previous videos, you'll know that I also own a limited edition Spectre Seamaster watch that Amiga released in conjunction with the release of Spectre back in 2015. And I got serial number 393. It's quite a low number because that one was limited to 7,007 items, 7,007 pieces. I got number 393. So I asked Amiga, would it be possible to take a look at the London edition number 393? They emailed me back fairly quickly and said, yeah, we'll add you to the list, to the waiting list, and once we start getting the watches in, you can come in, have a look at them, and we'll kind of, reserve your name against number 393 when it does eventually come in. Fast forward to a year and a half later, and I had been in contact with them about this in between because I hadn't heard anything and I just wondered what was going on. And basically it was a very slow release. It was a slow, gradual release that the numbers and the editions were coming through, slowly but steadily. And it was a week ago, start of September, that I got an email from the Amiga boutique in London, Regent Street, to say that number 393 had come into stock if I wanted to book an appointment to go down, because obviously now with COVID and restrictions, it's by appointment. So I said, yes, please, I'd love to come down. So I actually went down yesterday, Sunday the 6th of September, and went initially just to have a look. I just wanted to go and see this watch in the flesh, try it on, see what it felt like, see how it looked, and I did, and I was blown away. And I can't begin to tell you how exciting it was to actually see this watch in person. And the photos, it looks incredible in the photos that Amiga released, the press launch and everything else. But until you see this watch in person and you're actually looking at it and holding it, it's something else. It's just incredible. So without further ado, I know that this is about 4 minutes into this video now. So what I'll do is I'll open up this bag and show you guys what's inside and enjoy the experience of doing the unboxing. So obviously when I decided to push the button on this watch, I obviously did the payment, which is the most painful part. And then I kind of left the boutique and said, is it okay if I come back a bit later on before they closed and pick up, the watch? And they said, yeah, that's fine. So this is what was waiting for me. So as we open up the box, we'll take out, this is basically how the watches get shipped from the factory, obviously, to the boutiques. It comes in this kind of plastic container. It's nice that they've included that as well. Obviously we've got the tag in there, that traditional gold tag that has the price on there. So that's great. If I then look as well, I have the paperwork. That's obviously the invoice. As I say, that is the most painful part of getting an Amiga is you know, when you come to pay for it, but they're 100% worth it, in my opinion. So let's take this out now. Hopefully, it's quite a heavy box. There we go. I'll just put this down to the side. So, as you can see here, this is the box this is kind of the shipping box. So on here we've got Amiga, and we've got the order number, the reference number, the color. So yeah, what I'll do is I will change camera position and we'll start with the unboxing. So here, as I say, this is the box that the Amiga is shipped in. If you were to order online, this is how it would arrive. So I'll just open this up, and straight away within here we've got a black Amiga box. There is the logo on the top there. So what I'll do is I will take this out. So you can get a view of the box there. So as is a custom with Amiga watches, they kind of come in these black, matte black boxes that you see, and you have the embossed Amiga logo on the top, and there is also a number down in the bottom right hand corner there. So what I'll do is open up the top. So once we get the top of the box off there, you can see that inside we've got this lovely gloss presentation box inside. Obviously it's well padded and insulated here within the main box. Obviously at the side we have the pocket, which has the usual paperwork in it, which I'll just take out. So we've got the warranty cards here. We've got the international warranty, the pictograms, and this is a master chronometer certified. So there is obviously a reference number in here, so you can go online and look up the actual specifics of this specific watch and see how it registered in those time trials that they put each Amiga through before it gets its certification there. So they're always handy. We've also got a Amiga kind of almost soft cloth for cleaning. That's always very handy to have as well. You then also get the traditional instruction manual. Now this is an 8800 caliber watch. It's got a 55-hour power reserve. It is an automatic movement as well. And I do like the automatic movements rather than obviously having to wind a watch up every couple of days. The automatic movements are great. These instruction manuals, they're always worth just having a look through and just kind of familiarizing yourself with your specific watch, the movement, you know, how to get it set correctly so that, you know, you've got it exactly as you want it and as you need it. And then the final piece of paperwork that we get here is obviously the Amiga Seamaster London Boutique Certificate of Authenticity, which comes, it also has within here all the information there that you could wish for and want. It gives you the history of the watch. It gives you all of the materials. So it's got 35 jewels. It's a self-winding in both directions. It's got anti-magnetic resistance up to 15,000 Gauss, again, as we're seeing in many of the watches that Amiga are producing now. And with this particular watch, the hands, the hour hands and the second hands, and even the actual hour markers all the way around the watch are made, you know, they're white gold. So there is, you know, a lot of expense gone into the production of this watch, a lot of high quality materials and value, obviously. And then also on here, as you can see, there is the skyline on the certificate there, and it calls out all the parts of the skyline that you will see on the back of the case of this watch as well, that are quite highlighted on the back of the case. So moving on, what I will do is I will remove this box now, the actual presentation box, from the main kind of carry box, I suppose you'd call it. So we'll just put this to one side. And then here is the presentation box that you actually get your watch delivered in. So as you can see, this is a lovely, very, very high gloss presentation box that the watch comes in. And all we have to do is push this button, lift the lid, and we get our first view of this stunningly beautiful watch. That is absolutely incredible. Obviously we have padded kind of cushion that the watch comes on. We've also got an eye loop down here underneath. I'll just take that out. So we've got the Seamaster eye loop, so that obviously is very handy for looking at some of the detail on the back of the case. And yeah, I mean, as soon as you open up this case, you get this view of this watch. So what I'll do is I'll just take this out very carefully. Obviously it's quite snug in here so that it doesn't move around too much, but you kind of get a view of that blue, that first indication of that blue face, that lacquered blue finish with the gradient is just incredible. It comes on this leather crocodile skin strap as well, which is very nice. There's no contrast stitching on this particular strap with the CK2998, which I'm also very fortunate enough to have one of. There is a contrasting white stitching on that strap, which is nice. It works well for that watch, but here we've just got the consistent dark blue stitching on this leather strap as well, which works brilliantly in my opinion. So what I'll do is I will just slide the watch off of the cushion there, and this kind of then gives you a view of the watch properly for the first time. So you can really see that blue effect there. Now obviously I've got the plastic on the front of the watch here, so I'll just remove that very carefully to give you that look of that dark blue, and you can really get a view of how rich that colour is now on there. Obviously it has a domed sapphire crystal which has the anti-reflective treatment on both the inside and the out, so it gives you a really clear view of the face and the dial of this watch. Obviously you've got the date window here down at the 6 o'clock position. The seconds hand, as you would expect for an automatic movement of this caliber and a master chronometer, is sweeping beautifully smoothly across that face. And it's something, as I say, this blue has to be seen in person to kind of, for you to be able to get a full appreciation of just how deep and rich and what a beautiful blue it is. I mean, it really is stunning. I can't emphasize it enough. Obviously the hands, the hours, the minutes, the seconds hands, and all of the hour markers, they are 18 karat white gold. This is a stainless steel case that measures 39.5 millimeters. And this watch really was designed celebrating the history and the famous architecture of London. As we'll take a look at the back of the watch. I'll just open this up now with the strap. It's always trickier when you're not wearing. There we go. So we'll open this up. So this is obviously the front of the watch, and then as we turn it around, you can see obviously we've got the plastic on the back here as well, so I'll just take that off. So this will then give you a clear view of that automatic movement there, the 8800 caliber automatic movement from Omega, and around the bottom here it says London Boutique Limited Edition, and around the top is this London skyline which has been engraved. using a laser, so it gives you the London skyline and all those sights that you would expect to see. So Houses of Parliament, Buckingham Palace, the London Eye, the Shard, the Gherkin, St Paul's Cathedral, you know, all these famous landmarks that when you're in London you would see day to day are kind of captured in this skyline view that the watch has. And obviously I do like looking at the inner workings of a watch, so it is lovely to be able to have this view inside the watch, as is quite common with many of their watches, that you kind of have this sapphire crystal on the back as well, so you can actually see the inner workings, and there is something always quite mesmerizing about seeing the inner workings of a watch. But I think, as you can see, this blue, the design, it's a very classical and elegant look and feel to this watch. It does have on the side here a piece of blue protective film, which I'm going to leave on for now, but on the side here is the serial number. So this is number 393 of 399. As I say, it's a limited edition run. There's only, at the time of filming this video, there's only a handful of these watches left that are up for grabs. If you were wanting to purchase one, you know, there's only a very, very limited handful left. They are selling incredibly quickly, incredibly well. And this is definitely going to be, for me, I think more of an investment piece. It's not something I'm considering that I would sell at all anytime soon, or, you know, even in the next few years at all. And if I wear this, it will be very limited for very special occasions, if I do decide to wear it properly. But my thinking behind this is it's more of an investment piece, but it is absolutely beautiful, and that was really what drew me to this watch originally. When I saw the photos, as I say, on Omega's press release, they were just incredible, and it looked incredible. So to actually go into the boutique, to see this watch firsthand, up close and personal, and to see just how beautiful it is. And as I say, the face of this watch has this blue gradient, this lacquered blue face, and its kind of gradient kind of gets darker around the edges, but it's something that you really have to see in person to kind of get a full appreciation of. So here we have the watch on the wrist, which is where it's meant to be, obviously. This alligator skin leather strap is lovely and soft. It needs some wearing in, obviously. Whenever you get a new watch like this with a new strap, it kind of needs to be worn a bit, so it kind of loosens up a bit and fits your wrist perfectly. But it's really comfortable on the wrist. It's very light. As you can see, that blue is stunning. I will be taking this plastic off, don't worry. It's just, at the moment, I just want to kind of keep that on. But yeah, I'm really pleased. As I say, this will look stunning if you have a white shirt with a blazer over the top, or your suit. It's really going to complement it very well. Obviously, you've got the Omega logo here on the buckle. And yeah, it's just really comfortable. It's a smaller size than I'm usually used to wearing in terms of case size, this being 39.5 millimeters, but nonetheless, it is incredibly comfortable and looks very elegant, I think. I'm incredibly pleased with that, and it will be, as I've said, a really nice and lovely addition to my watch collection. I wasn't expecting to be doing an unboxing video again, considering, you know, I did get the No Time to Die Seamaster earlier in the year, and I wasn't expecting this particular watch to actually come through, or to get the email from Omega until next year, just given and based on the rate that the watches were actually coming through to the boutiques. I didn't think it would be until next year that I actually heard from them. So whilst I was surprised, I was also delighted to actually get that email and say, yeah, we've got 393 in stock. Would you like to come down and take a view of it? So beautiful watch. I'm incredibly pleased with it. I think it's absolutely stunningly beautiful. It's very classical and elegant in its design. It's going to look lovely with a suit or, you know, even a smart casual look, you know, chinos, shirt, and this on your wrist would just look incredible. So I am incredibly pleased with this. So that's nearly it for this unboxing video, but as I say, this watch is a celebration of London, with the skyline on the back there that's been laser engraved into the back of the case of the watch. It's just stunning. It's a really beautiful piece. I'm incredibly fortunate to be able to have got one. I got the serial number that I was after, 393, so it matches up with my Spectre limited edition, which is also number 393 of the run. So incredibly pleased, incredibly proud. Very limited run of this watch. There's only 399 that exist and will ever exist. This is one of them. Incredibly rare, incredibly fortunate, and, you know, grateful to be able to have this opportunity to get one of these watches. As I say, this is going to be primarily for me an investment piece. If I do wear it, it's going to be incredibly special occasions, you know, maybe weddings and such like. But when it's on the wrist, on that leather strap, the crocodile leather strap, it's incredibly comfortable. It needs to be worn in, obviously, so it gets used to my wrist and I get used to it, but super comfortable, very lightweight. You don't feel it in the same way as you do a regular Seamaster. I've got the No Time to Die Seamaster on at the moment. This obviously is titanium, and I commented in my video about this watch how light it is. I would say this watch is even lighter. I think it's because it's got a smaller profile. The case is 39.5 millimeters. It's stainless steel. Obviously it doesn't have the titanium bracelet either, so it's the leather, so that's perhaps lighter as well. It's also a master chronometer, and that certification I'll be looking up, as I say, on the warranty cards and the certificate card. There is a reference number on there. You can actually go onto the website and look up the exact readings and measurements for this exact watch to see how it performed within the variances that, you know, make a master chronometer. Between the lugs, I should say, the distance is 20 millimeters, so you could get other straps or perhaps even a NATO band for this watch if you wanted to kind of change things up a bit. If you wanted to contrast the blue with a different color, perhaps you could get replacement straps, or you could get a different colored strap. The lug distance there is 20 millimeters. It's also water resistant, they say, up to 6 bar, which is about 60 meters or 200 feet. There's no way I would get this watch wet. There's no way I'd go swimming with it, or, you know, be doing the washing up whilst wearing this watch. So there's no risk of that, but it's useful to know that, you know, there is some protection there. There is a level of protection there that will protect the watch and that movement, that 8800 caliber movement. Obviously it's the self-winding automatic movement. It's got a power reserve of, I believe it's 55 hours. So yeah, overall the package, the way it's presented in this beautiful glossy presentation case, everything that comes with it, whether it's the certificate of authenticity, the instructions, the soft cleaning cloth, the card holder that all the warranty information comes in, it's all presented beautifully. It's all, you know, fantastic quality. I am a fan of these particular presentation boxes. They just feel very sturdy, very solid. Not that you're going to be carrying it around or traveling with it, but it's nice when you come home or when you get up in the morning, you come over to your watch box and you can open up something that's sturdy, and inside is something that just almost takes your breath away, for lack of a better way of putting it. It is a truly beautiful watch. An investment piece. I'm sure I will wear it on special occasions and enjoy it every second that I do. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can keep up to date with when I'm posting new material. And for now, please do stay healthy, safe and well, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Thanks very much.